Hopefully you guys can hear me. Everything is good. I had my helmet apart after the accident to check a few things out. Now I actually had to run home and get one of the ear pads or cheek pads. I forgot. So after a couple of delays of game, we are on our way to Rocky's Harley-Davidson, and hopefully when we get there, there's a nice 2021 Stage 2 114 Road Glide for us. So hopefully, well, I know it's there, it's waiting. Somebody was coming to test ride it this morning, and so I actually held off a couple hours to go out there. So that was our first delay of game, and the second one being my cheek pad missing when I went to get the bike. So I'm going to shut the camera off because I don't know how much I've got as far as batteries go. So we'll see you on the Road Glide. So here we are on the Road Glide. Honestly, first impressions in the first 30 seconds. Seating position is really weird for me. It's very upright. I'm not used to big old boards. I'd have to get rid of that. As far as ride goes, it's nice. Kind of glad it's nice and windy today for riding this thing, so I can get a good feel for it. That just went over a manhole cover and it felt like nothing. So the ride is definitely there. I feel like I'm really sitting up high. I like my bike, it's nice and low slung. The front suspension sucks. It dives hard. I need a narrower seat for my legs. Looks good. Turn the tunes up. Not really much of a need a radio kind of guy. It's got Reinhardt's on it. Doesn't seem very loud compared to my bike. It's pretty quiet. I'm sure you can hear the difference on the mic. I can tell you right now though, the front end is way too squishy for my tastes. This is a 21 special in the teal. I don't know if this is supposed to have the white gauges or the black gauges. I'm guessing the black ones. Those are the ones you can get out of the catalog and put them on the just the plain Road Glide. So those might be an add-on as well, or they might come with a special. I'm not sure. I do notice that there's hardly any wind on my chest at all. It's actually coming around the back. I think it's just because the floorboards are there coming back, so I feel like I got to use them back there. But if I'd have to change them to the peg style. I don't like I'm not fussy on the boards at all. Might be good when you're just tooting along and long travel. This definitely does feel pretty good. Like, I'm sure it's comfortable for the long haul. It rides like the back end. I like the back end soft. I like the front end hard. Like we're cruising along at what am I saying here? 90 kilometers an hour. And as you can tell, right now I have the visor up on the bike, and you can hardly, normally it whistles like a bitch. But does not feel, feels pretty, it feels really light, I'll be honest with you. It feels lighter than my bike. definitely a massive difference having that fairing on there, let me tell you. I'll have to see if we can find some, maybe I'll take a little tour out to Sparta and back. It's got a bit of curves on that road, and brakes feel nice and solid. Yeah, that in front end though. Yeah, she's got a bit of get up and go. Worst front end suspension I have ever ridden with. I'm sure it's meant to be soft and squishy for those guys, but I could not ride it like this. It makes me feel like I'm gonna wipe out. First time I've ever ridden a big bike like big Harley like this, touring bike. Complete headwind right now, and you can probably hear me fine. I probably shouldn't really be yelling. Don't need to hear myself. This is into a headwind, and it's really on my head. It's not that bad. I can hardly even feel the wind on my chest. In fact, it's just inflating my jacket and pushing it out. Like there's no wind there at all. We'll have a stop and have a quick look at the bike. Special 114 with the power cam. So at some point I'll try to let it go if I can. And give her the beans a little bit. It's not my bike, I don't want to abuse it or anything, but I'm used to the thumpity thump loudness of my mic bike. This is just pretty smooth and mellow for a power cam. Mine's got a lot more cam than this one does though, but I'll admit getting on this thing I was a little timid just because it feels so different from anything I'm used to riding. This is pretty fat, thick through the seat and everything else. Like everything I ride is thin through the seat, and maybe that's why I've always ridden bikes that have suited my stature, I suppose you could say. It's set up for a tall guy, and the guy that it's set up for, John, is actually like, I don't know if he's probably about 6'3", but those tall bars, and it's not a bad looking bike. Obviously nothing new here for anybody. Everybody's seen lots of these things. Nice scrape on the top of the bag there, but no surprises for anyone. It's a really nice little bike. The more I ride it, the more I like it. It does handle nice once you're used to it. Like I said, I would have to firm up the suspension, change out. The bars aren't bad right where they are. Like height wise, they're like almost, my arms are almost parallel with the road, so it's not really bad at all. Bike brakes nice, everything nice except for this front end. Ding ding ding. That drives me nuts. It's like it should not dive like that. I can hold her up steady though. I don't know how long I was supposed to have this bike. I told him, you know, I'd be back in 45 minutes. I think I've been gone half an hour already, at least. And I'm nowhere close to being back. They won't mind though, my bike's actually sitting there. This thing, it doesn't corner bad. The exhaust is very quiet compared to what I'm used to. So it might be deceiving as to how much power is on this thing. It might be because it's quiet that it doesn't feel like it's making as much noise and power. I don't know. Maybe it's all in my head. But right now, let's see, our RPM's about, I don't have my glasses so I can barely read that. Oh, maybe it's just a really shitty shield on my helmet now. But we're sitting about $3,000. It's not bad. That's a third or fourth gear. I think, yeah, I'm in fourth. Thing's a bit of a beast. It sounds very tame, but it gets up and goes no problem. The more I ride, like I said, the more I ride it, the more I like it. I'm not sure what all these gizmos and this and that's for, and like that's a plug, and who knows. It's got a lot more shit than I would ever care to need on a motorcycle. Like personally, I'd rather have like a big open pocket in there to carry shit like these. I'd rather have 4 of those than speakers. And if I could probably hook my helmet up to this to the stereo. I know I can through the Senna, so it'd be no big deal to do that either. Big crosswind coming from the right now, and I can literally just fucking put a bit of pressure on the right bar, and she just comes right over. So the bike's set up so it does turn in nice and everything. It just really fucks me up. These floorboards are right where I want to put my feet when I put my feet down. I don't like that. But nothing. It's a nice bike. Oh yeah, she pulls decently. That's not even full out, because I can't get going full out along here. The drag strip is out here, St. Thomas Dragway. Cops like to hang out around there because people come out of there and they're, you know, they got the juices all flowing and they're like, yeah, right on, jumping all over the throttle. But this road's nice now that it's been all repaved. At night, this is a beast for deer. You got to be careful on this road. Nice. There's a nice truck. See a lot of nice vehicles here. I'll slow up. So while this isn't my first choice in colors, it is my first choice in touring bikes. I really do not like the Touring Glide. It's just a looks thing, really. Like, I know lots of guys that have them and they love them, but I don't know, just not for me, man. But give me one of these. I think I'd start with a standard Road Glide and build it up from there. The money you saved, you could be up to, if you get a 107, you can be up to the 128 and good power, set of pipes. Let's see what else. So just buying a regular Road Glide and stepping up, instead of stepping up to the special, sure, you don't have the painted inner, I don't know if, all the stuff that they don't come with is basically all the stuff that I don't want anyway. I do like the dark gauges, but who knows? I haven't ridden it at night. But you could take a 107 up to a 128. I'd go aftermarket cam. If this is the power cam in this, definitely go aftermarket. It comes with a head pipe. I don't know how good the head pipe is but for the money you save going from the regular Road Glide to this, like I changed the front wheel, the front fender, the front suspension would get tweaked. Definitely have the cartridges in there and make them nice and stiff. Drop the ass end down, have it set up for a guy that's, for me personally, what I like height-wise and all that good stuff. But she'll cruise along at 80 miles an hour without even blinking. Miles an hour, this thing feels like you're just creeping down the street. It's really deceiving when you're used to the wind being on your chest and everything. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that video. I was really looking forward to riding one of those. Never ridden one of the big bikes before, and I was actually surprised by how well it seemed to handle, even though the god-awfully loose front end. So that's my biggest beef with the whole bike. Other than that, the bike's nice. Of course, I didn't get into all the fancy navigation and all that stuff. More of I'm there for the bike part of it. All that stuff would be a bonus if I happen to all that stuff would be a bonus if I happen to buy one. I'm really looking at it from a bike perspective and nothing else. So I did like the ride. It's comfortable. Floorboards in the front end. Those are my big beefs. So, until next time, ride safe.